Ladies and gentlemen, today let's talk about something deeply personal yet universal: the art of rebuilding oneself. Life is not a straight line, it's a dynamic, unpredictable journey. Along the way, challenges, setbacks, and even moments of stagnation can leave us questioning our direction. But within every challenge lies an opportunity to evolve, to rebuild, and to emerge stronger. Change is one of the most challenging aspects of life, yet it remains an inevitable force. Whether we initiate it or it happens to us, the ability to embrace change is the foundation for rebuilding ourselves. Change disrupts our routines, challenges our comfort zones, and forces us to confront uncertainties. For many, this can be unsettling, but if we shift our perspective, we'll see that change is not the enemy, it's a catalyst for growth. But in the process of personal reinvention, accepting change means recognizing its value. Life is dynamic and the world around us evolves constantly. Technology advances, industries transform, and societal norms shift. If we cling too tightly to what we know, we risk falling behind. Those who thrive in any field, whether in their careers, relationships, or personal development, are the ones who adapt. They see change not as a barrier, but as an opportunity to evolve. It starts with mindset. The way you perceive change dictates how you respond to it. If you see it as a threat, your actions will reflect resistance. You'll dig your heels in, hold on to old habits, and miss opportunities for growth. On the other hand, if you view change as a necessary ingredient for improvement, your response will be entirely different. Instead of resisting, you'll lean in, ask questions, and seek ways to leverage the situation to your advantage. This mindset shift is where reinvention begins. Consider how change forces us to question what we think we know. It challenges our beliefs, habits, and routines. While this may feel uncomfortable, it's precisely this discomfort that leads to growth. Growth doesn't happen in the safe, predictable corners of life. It happens when we're stretched beyond our limits, forced to adapt, and compelled to innovate. This is where we uncover strengths we didn't know we had and develop skills we never imagined we'd need. When faced with change, one of the most powerful things you can do is ask yourself a simple yet profound question: what can I learn from this? This approach reframes the situation from a disruptive force into a learning experience. It allows you to see change not as something that happens to you, but as something that works for you. Every setback, every shift, and every unexpected event carries within it a lesson if you're willing to look for it. Another critical aspect of embracing change is flexibility. Being adaptable means you're not tied to a single outcome. You're open to exploring different paths and adjusting your approach as new information or circumstances arise. This doesn't mean abandoning your goals, it means being willing to refine your methods to achieve them. Flexibility is what allows you to pivot when necessary without losing sight of the bigger picture. Think of adaptability as a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Start small. When something disrupts your routine, resist the urge to fight it. Instead, take a moment to evaluate the situation and find a way to work with it. Over time, you'll find that navigating change becomes second nature. You'll develop a resilience that not only helps you survive change, but thrive because of it. Another essential element is curiosity. Approaching change with a sense of curiosity transforms it into an adventure rather than a burden. Ask questions. Explore possibilities. What opportunities might this change present? What new skills might you develop? How can this moment of disruption lead to a better version of yourself? Curiosity keeps you engaged and motivated, even when the path forward isn't entirely clear. Facing change involves letting go of the fear of failure. Change often brings uncertainty, and with uncertainty comes the possibility of mistakes. But mistakes are not final, they're part of the process. Each failure is a stepping stone, offering valuable insights that bring you closer to your goals. The fear of failing can paralyze you, but when you accept that failure as a natural part of change, you free yourself to take risks and experiment with new approaches. History is full of examples of individuals and organizations that embraced change and thrived. Companies that pivoted in the face of technological shifts became industry leaders. People who reimagined their careers after setbacks found greater success. In every case, the common thread was a willingness to adapt, learn, and grow. In your journey of rebuilding yourself, remember that change is not something to be feared or avoided. It is the force that pushes you out of stagnation and into growth. When you embrace change with an open mind and a willingness to adapt, you transform it from a disruptive event into a powerful tool for reinvention. Every change, no matter how small or significant, is a chance to rebuild yourself into something stronger, wiser, and more capable. Ambition is a powerful driver for personal transformation, but it's often the small, consistent actions that lead to meaningful change. When we think about rebuilding ourselves, the first step is usually inspired by a large vision or a lofty goal. We picture the ideal version of ourselves, the dream we wish to achieve, and the life we want to create. While having big goals is important, the real work of reinvention begins with taking small, deliberate steps towards them. It's the cumulative effect of these steps that ultimately results in significant transformation. It's easy to become overwhelmed by the enormity of our dreams. We envision a perfect future, whether it's a successful career, improved health, financial freedom, or personal growth, and it can feel like the distance between where we are and where we want to be is insurmountable. This feeling of overwhelm can actually stall progress, as the enormity of the goal makes it hard to know where to start. The key is to break down that vision into smaller, more manageable actions. When you set big goals, it's critical to recognize that each one is a collection of smaller, achievable steps. For instance, if you're aiming to get in better physical shape, the goal might seem intimidating at first. You might picture yourself running marathons, lifting heavy weights, or achieving a specific body composition, but that vision alone won't get you there. What matters most are the small, everyday actions that make up the journey: waking up early to work out, choosing healthy meals, tracking your progress, and staying consistent even on days when motivation is low. It's these daily actions, often seemingly insignificant in isolation, that compound over time to create remarkable results. The process of starting small also helps to overcome the fear of failure. When we set a grand goal, we often expect ourselves to achieve it quickly or perfectly, and the pressure of that expectation can be paralyzing. By breaking the goal into smaller steps, we reduce the risk of feeling overwhelmed or defeated. Each small success becomes a building block for the next. These incremental victories provide the momentum needed to keep moving forward. With each step, you prove to yourself that progress is possible, and this sense of accomplishment fuels your motivation to keep going. One of the most effective strategies for taking small steps is to establish clear, specific, and measurable actions. For example, instead of committing to get healthier, break it down into specific goals like work out 3 times a week, eat 5 servings of vegetables daily, or get 8 hours of sleep each night. These are concrete actions that you can track, measure, and evaluate. The more specific your goals are, the easier it becomes to take those small actions consistently. Another important part of starting small is creating habits that align with your long-term vision. Habits are the foundation of progress because they require less mental effort than individual decisions. Once a behavior becomes a habit, it runs on autopilot, reducing the amount of energy required to stay consistent. The key is to focus on one habit at a time and make it something achievable. If your goal is to read more books, start with just 15 minutes of reading a day. After a few weeks, this becomes a natural part of your routine, and you can increase the time. These small habits add up, and over time, they will propel you toward your larger goal. It's also important to remember that starting small doesn't mean you're settling for mediocrity. It's simply a smart approach to progress. The best athletes, entrepreneurs, and innovators didn't reach the top by jumping straight to the finish line. They own their craft step by step, developing their skills, refining their processes, and consistently improving. Progress is rarely linear, but with patience and persistence, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. One of the key benefits of starting small is that it builds your confidence. The more you accomplish in small increments, the more you believe in your ability to succeed. Small wins stack on top of each other, creating a momentum that carries you forward. When you achieve one small goal, it reinforces the belief that you can tackle the next one. This boost in self-confidence is crucial when you encounter obstacles along the way, as it reminds you that you've already succeeded in overcoming smaller challenges. The power of starting small lies in its ability to create lasting change. When you start with manageable actions, you develop a sustainable pace that helps you maintain your efforts over time. Sustainable progress is the key to long-term transformation. If you were to attempt a radical overhaul all at once, it's likely that the intensity would be unsustainable. But by starting small and allowing for gradual progress, you're building a foundation for continuous improvement. In conclusion, when rebuilding yourself, don't get discouraged by the size of the goals you've set. Instead, focus on what you can do today, right now. The key to personal transformation is not just about setting big dreams, but also about committing to small, consistent actions that add up over time. Remember, it's not the single leap that gets you to the finish line, but the series of purposeful steps you take every day. Start small, stay committed, and the results will follow. When it comes to rebuilding yourself, one of the most important factors is resilience. Resilience is often misunderstood as simply being able to endure hardship, but in reality, it is much more than that. It's not just about surviving difficulties, it's about bouncing back, learning from setbacks, and coming out stronger. This quality is essential for personal growth and transformation. If you want to truly rebuild yourself, you must develop a mindset that embraces setbacks not as failures, but as necessary steps in the journey towards success. Resilience begins with accepting that failure is an inevitable part of life. No matter how skilled or prepared you are, you will face challenges. There will be times when things don't go as planned, when you make mistakes, or when circumstances change in ways you couldn't have anticipated. The question is not whether or not you will fail, but how you will respond to it. Too often people see failure as the end of the road. They allow one failure to define them and they stop trying. This is the critical moment where resilience is formed. The most successful people aren't those who never fail. They are the ones who get up every time they fall and try again, each time with more experience and wisdom than before. Instead of viewing failure as a negative, view it as a learning experience. Each failure provides insight into what didn't work and why. This is an invaluable opportunity to grow. When you take the time to reflect on your failures, you're able to identify patterns, weaknesses, and areas for improvement. This is how resilience is built, through self-awareness and the ability to extract lessons from adversity. By making failure a tool for learning, you stop fearing it and instead use it to propel yourself forward. Building resilience also requires the ability to adapt. The world around you is constantly changing, and life often throws unexpected challenges your way. If you approach every situation with rigidity, clinging to what you thought would work or to old ways of thinking, you're setting yourself up for frustration. Flexibility, on the other hand, allows you to adjust to new circumstances and find new ways forward. Being able to adapt to change is crucial for rebuilding yourself, because you can't control every aspect of your environment, but what you can control is how you respond to it. It's important to recognize that building resilience doesn't mean toughing it out alone. Often the most resilient people are those who have built strong networks of support around them. They know when to ask for help, when to lean on others for guidance or encouragement, and when to accept advice from those who have walked similar paths. A support system is not a sign of weakness, it's a recognition that human beings are not meant to go through life in isolation. Building resilience requires acknowledging that sometimes you need others to help you recover and regain your strength. Resilience is also tied to maintaining a sense of purpose. When you have a clear vision of where you want to go and why it matters, it becomes much easier to weather the inevitable storms that come along the way. It's easy to give up or lose motivation when things get difficult, but when you are connected to your purpose, you find a deeper well of energy and determination to keep going. Whether that purpose is personal, professional, or something else, it becomes the driving force that keeps you moving forward, even when progress feels slow or impossible. To build resilience, it's also crucial to take care of your mental and physical well-being. The more you invest in your mental and emotional health, the stronger you become in the face of challenges. This means practicing mindfulness, taking time to recharge, engaging in activities that bring you joy, and ensuring that you have a healthy work-life balance. Your physical health is equally important, because your body is the vessel through which you navigate the world. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and rest are all necessary components of resilience. When you're physically strong, you have the energy and vitality to deal with life's challenges. Resilience is ultimately about developing a mindset that sees obstacles as opportunities to grow. It's the ability to persist when things don't go as planned, the courage to face discomfort head-on, and the wisdom to learn from every setback. With resilience, you develop an internal strength that allows you to face challenges not with fear or hesitation, but with confidence and determination. Resilience doesn't mean never falling down, it means always getting back up stronger and more prepared than before. It's about facing adversity with a mindset of improvement rather than defeat. If you are in the process of rebuilding yourself, understand that resilience is one of your most powerful allies. Cultivate it by embracing failure, staying adaptable, seeking support when needed, staying true to your purpose, and prioritizing your well-being. With resilience, you will not just survive the difficult moments in life, you will thrive, because you'll have the strength, mindset, and determination to keep moving forward no matter what comes your way. When rebuilding yourself, one of the most critical aspects is maintaining focus on long-term goals, especially in a world that often emphasizes instant gratification and short-term results. While immediate rewards can be enticing, they rarely lead to lasting fulfillment or growth. Rebuilding yourself is a long-term endeavor that requires patience, discipline, and a commitment to the bigger picture. It's about setting your sights on where you want to be in the future, and understanding that the road to success is paved with hard work, sacrifices, and perseverance. Long-term goals give you direction. They act as a compass that guides your actions and decisions, especially when you face distractions or setbacks. Without a clear sense of where you want to go, it's easy to get lost in the day-to-day noise of life. Every task, every decision, and every choice should be aligned with your ultimate vision. This doesn't mean you have to have every detail figured out, but it does mean that you should have a general sense of the direction you want to take. When you are clear on your long-term goals, you can measure your progress and evaluate whether your actions are moving you toward your desired outcome. The beauty of long-term goals is that they allow you to make strategic decisions. Instead of reacting impulsively to immediate needs or desires, you begin to act with foresight. For example, if your long-term goal is to develop a successful business, it's easy to be swayed by short-term opportunities or distractions that don't align with your vision. But with Along, you learn to resist the temptation of quick fixes and instead make choices that are more in line with sustainable growth. Every move you make becomes intentional, with a deep understanding that every step forward is a part of a larger plan. Another key aspect of focusing on long-term goals is that it helps you maintain motivation during tough times. In any journey of self-rebuilding, you will face obstacles. There will be moments when progress seems slow or when it feels as if the goal is too distant to reach. It's during these times that the power of long-term vision becomes evident. When the short-term rewards seem elusive, remembering why you started and keeping your eye on the future can help you push through the difficulty. It's the long-term vision that keeps you anchored when everything else around you feels uncertain. The ability to delay gratification is essential for achieving long-term goals. In today's world, where everything is available at the touch of a button, the ability to wait for something more substantial and meaningful can feel like a rare skill. However, it's this very ability that will set you apart from others. Delaying gratification doesn't mean denying yourself enjoyment. It simply means recognizing that meaningful accomplishments require time, effort, and patience. The desire for instant rewards can often lead to decisions that provide temporary satisfaction but don't contribute to long-term success. The key is to understand that the effort you put in today, whether it's building a skill, making a tough decision, or learning something new, will pay off in ways that far exceed the immediate pleasure of shortcuts or easy wins. Long-term goals also provide the resilience needed to face setbacks. When working toward a meaningful vision, challenges are inevitable. Whether it's a failure in a project, a personal loss, or a sudden change in your circumstances, these setbacks can feel discouraging. However, when you set long-term goals, setbacks are seen as part of the journey, not as signs of failure. They become learning opportunities, allowing you to adjust your approach, refine your strategy, and come back stronger. Long-term goals provide a framework within which setbacks don't derail you, they merely serve as stepping stones toward your ultimate destination. Another benefit of focusing on long-term goals is that they allow you to develop persistence. In a world that often seeks quick solutions, long-term goals challenge you to stick with something for the long haul. Persistence is often what separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. When you are committed to a vision that's larger than the immediate moment, you develop a deeper sense of purpose that helps you stay on course. Even when it feels like things aren't progressing, or when others around you may be getting distracted, persistence ensures that you continue moving forward one step at a time. It's also important to break down long-term goals into smaller, actionable steps. While the larger vision is essential for motivation, the smaller steps keep you grounded in the present. These smaller milestones are what allow you to make measurable progress and experience victories along the way. By celebrating small wins, you build confidence and momentum, which propels you toward the ultimate goal. This approach helps prevent feelings of discouragement and keeps you focused on what's immediately within reach, while never losing sight of the bigger picture. Long-term goals help to prioritize your time and energy. In a world full of distractions, it's easy to get sidetracked by tasks and opportunities that don't contribute to your overarching vision. With clear long-term goals, you become more selective about how you spend your time. You learn to say no to things that don't align with your objectives and direct your focus toward what truly matters. This ensures that you're not wasting energy on pursuits that won't help you rebuild yourself or move closer to your vision. Focusing on long-term goals is essential for rebuilding yourself. They provide clarity, direction, and resilience, and they allow you to stay motivated even when immediate rewards seem far off. By committing to a larger vision and understanding that success requires time and persistence, you empower yourself to take the necessary steps toward meaningful, lasting transformation. The road may be long and challenging, but the rewards of staying focused on your long-term goals will far exceed anything gained through short-term distractions. When you embark on the journey of rebuilding yourself, it's crucial to understand that success is rarely achieved without overcoming adversity. The most significant personal transformations occur when you face challenges head-on and learn to persevere through them. Resilience and determination are at the heart of this process. Overcoming difficulties isn't about avoiding hardship or finding an easy way out. It's about pushing through the discomfort, embracing the lessons that come from adversity, and using those experiences as stepping stones to build a stronger version of yourself. The challenges you encounter are not roadblocks meant to derail your progress. They are opportunities for growth. While it may not feel like it in the moment, every setback, failure, or difficulty you face holds valuable lessons that shape your character. When you experience adversity, you learn more about your limits, your strengths, and your capacity for growth. This process of overcoming hardship forces you to confront your weaknesses and transform them into sources of power. Each obstacle gives you the chance to develop new skills, refine your mindset, and become more adaptable. One of the most important aspects of overcoming challenges is maintaining a positive mindset in the face of difficulty. It's easy to fall into negativity when things don't go as planned, but a positive attitude allows you to stay focused and continue making progress despite setbacks. When you maintain optimism, you open yourself up to possibilities, even in the most difficult situations. A positive mindset doesn't mean ignoring the reality of your circumstances. Rather, it's about finding ways to reframe the situation and look for the lessons and opportunities that exist within it. A growth-oriented mindset helps you see adversity not as something to avoid, but as something to embrace. Another key element of overcoming challenges is the importance of persistence. Success is not defined by how many times you fail, but by how many times you get up after each failure. The road to rebuilding yourself is filled with obstacles, and there will be moments when you feel like giving up. But it's in those moments of struggle that your true character is built. Persistence is the force that keeps you moving forward, even when the path ahead seems unclear or difficult. It's the ability to push past the pain, the frustration, and the doubt, knowing that each step you take brings you closer to your goal. Overcoming challenges also teaches you the power of patience. Instant gratification may provide momentary satisfaction, but true, lasting success requires time, effort, and perseverance. When you face challenges, patience becomes a crucial tool. It teaches you to stay the course, even when immediate results are not visible. The process of rebuilding yourself takes time, and it's important to understand that there are no shortcuts to personal growth. The obstacles you face are part of that process, and patience helps you remain steadfast and committed, trusting that the work you put in today will pay off in the future. The support of others can be invaluable when overcoming challenges. While it's essential to be self-reliant in your journey of rebuilding yourself, there's no harm in seeking help when necessary. Challenges can feel overwhelming, and sometimes you need the guidance, encouragement, or perspective of others to help you navigate through them. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a family member, having a support network can make a world of difference. They can provide you with insight, reassurance, or simply a listening ear, helping you regain perspective when it feels like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Collaboration and the willingness to lean on others can also open up new opportunities for growth and solutions you might not have considered on your own. Facing adversity also strengthens your problem-solving abilities. Every challenge presents a problem that needs to be solved, and in the process you develop critical thinking and decision-making skills. The more problems you face, the better you become at navigating difficult situations. This enhanced problem-solving capacity is a key element of personal growth, as it allows you to tackle increasingly complex challenges with confidence. Overcoming obstacles is not just about getting through them, it's about developing a mindset that sees problems as solvable and believing in your ability to find solutions. As you continue to face challenges, you'll also develop emotional strength. Difficulties test your emotional resilience, forcing you to confront feelings of fear, doubt, anger, or sadness. Learning to manage these emotions and not let them control your actions is a crucial part of personal development. Emotional strength allows you to stay focused on the bigger picture, even when the emotions of the moment threaten to pull you off course. This emotional control enables you to make decisions based on your goals rather than your temporary emotional state, which is essential when rebuilding yourself. Perhaps one of the most important lessons in overcoming challenges is the realization that setbacks do not define you. Failure, difficulty, and hardship are all part of the human experience, but they do not determine your worth or your potential. What defines you is how you respond to these challenges. Do you let them break you, or do you use them as fuel to drive you forward? The way you handle adversity speaks volumes about your character and your potential for success. It's not about how many times you fall, but how many times you rise stronger than before. Overcoming challenges is an essential part of rebuilding yourself. Each obstacle you face offers an opportunity to learn, grow, and become more resilient. It's the difficulties in life that push you to go beyond your limits, to develop new skills, and to become the person you are meant to be. The journey may be tough, but with persistence, patience, and the right mindset, you can navigate through any difficulty. Challenges don't have to stop you from rebuilding yourself. In fact, they are often the catalyst for the most significant transformation. Through every hardship, you get one step closer to your ultimate goal. To rebuild yourself, one of the most essential steps is embracing change. Change can be uncomfortable, challenging, and even scary, but it is also the catalyst for growth and personal transformation. Without change, there is no possibility for progress. If you remain stagnant, clinging to old habits or outdated beliefs, you'll find it difficult to evolve into the person you want to become. Change is necessary for breaking free from the limitations of your past and stepping into a new version of yourself. However, embracing change requires a willingness to step outside your comfort zone, challenge your existing mindset, and take risks. One of the key aspects of embracing change is recognizing that it is often a gradual process. People often expect change to happen quickly, but real transformation takes time. Whether you're changing your habits, learning a new skill, or shifting your mindset, it is essential to be patient with the process. The journey of personal development is not a linear one. It's filled with ups and downs, progress and setbacks. Understanding that change is gradual helps you stay committed and resilient, even when you don't see immediate results. Resistance to change is natural. It's part of the human experience to resist discomfort and cling to familiarity. Our brains are wired to seek stability because it's what feels safe and secure. However, staying in your comfort zone can hold you back from realizing your potential. Embracing change means challenging the very instincts that keep you in a state of complacency. It means acknowledging that growth lies in the unknown, that there are valuable lessons to be learned in the process of doing something different. It's easy to maintain the status quo, but growth happens when you push against it, when you challenge yourself to venture into new territory. In this process, self-awareness is crucial. When you embark on change, it's essential to understand why you want to make these changes in the first place. What are the deeper motivations driving your desire for transformation? Self-awareness allows you to identify which aspects of your life need to change and why. Without this understanding, change can feel aimless, like you're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Knowing why change is necessary helps you stay focused and driven, ensuring that your efforts are aligned with your ultimate goals. It also allows you to evaluate whether the changes you're making are truly in your best interest or if they're driven by external pressures or unrealistic expectations. As you begin to embrace change, you'll also encounter setbacks. These setbacks might challenge your belief in the process or make you question whether change is even possible. However, the key is to see these obstacles as learning experiences. Rather than viewing setbacks as failures, reframe them as opportunities for growth. Every challenge you face as you go through change adds to your resilience and gives you new perspectives on how to approach the next hurdle. This mindset shift is essential because it allows you to see progress even when things don't go perfectly. By reframing setbacks as part of the process, you develop a healthier relationship with change and become more adaptable over time. Change is also closely linked to risk-taking. To rebuild yourself, you often have to take risks. This might mean leaving behind a job or relationship that no longer serves you, making a career shift, or pursuing a new passion despite the uncertainty. Risk-taking is often viewed negatively because it involves stepping into the unknown and confronting potential failure. However, without taking risks, there is no real growth. Taking risks allows you to stretch your capabilities, test your limits, and open yourself up to new opportunities. Of course, taking risks doesn't mean acting recklessly. It means being willing to step outside your comfort zone, to challenge what you thought was possible, and to trust that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Another vital part of embracing change is learning to let go of the past, whether it's past failures, regrets, or even outdated beliefs about yourself. Holding on to the past can prevent you from moving forward. The past can be a heavy burden, holding you back from embracing the present and future. Letting go of what no longer serves you is an act of liberation. It means releasing the fear, doubt, and resentment that have accumulated over time and making space for new possibilities. When you let go of the past, you give yourself permission to step into a new version of yourself, one that is no longer defined by past mistakes, missed opportunities, or outdated self-perceptions. As you embrace change, remember that it's not just about changing external circumstances, but also about transforming your inner world. Personal transformation starts within. This means adopting a growth mindset where you believe that your abilities and intelligence are not fixed but can be developed through hard work and perseverance. A growth mindset empowers you to see challenges as opportunities to learn and grow, rather than as obstacles to avoid. When you approach change with a growth mindset, you are more likely to take risks, embrace discomfort, and persist through challenges because you see them as essential parts of the learning process. support from others can also play a significant role in embracing change. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage growth, challenge you to be your best, and hold you accountable can make the process of change easier and more rewarding. Change can feel lonely at times, especially if those around you are resistant to it. However, having a community of like-minded individuals who are also focused on self-improvement can provide the encouragement, motivation, and perspective you need to keep going. Whether it's a mentor, friends, or a support group, having others to share the journey with can make a world of difference. In conclusion, embracing change is essential for rebuilding yourself. Change is a process that requires patience, resilience, and self-awareness. It demands that you step outside your comfort zone, challenge your existing beliefs, and take risks. While it can be difficult and uncomfortable, change is also the path to growth and transformation. By embracing change, you give yourself the opportunity to shed old patterns, create new possibilities, and ultimately build a stronger, more empowered version of yourself. Change isn't just something that happens to you, it's something that you choose, something you actively engage with, and something you shape through your actions.